Hello everyone. So today we will see how to use ST-Link V2 debugger. Okay, here you can see, and using this we can debug the code. Okay, in circuit debugger facility is available, so you can debug your code from the software Kale, and in real time you can observe the output on this board. Okay. So for the same, let us create a new project using this STM32Cube. So the step is, first you have to select your board. Okay, and here we are using Nucleo 144 board. In this you have different part number, so we will select this board F76 7ZI. Okay, and here you can click on the start project. Now initial all peripheral which with their default mode, so you have to select yes. Okay, the default setting will be there. Now here you can see some pins are already configured, so you can select this option, create a clear pin out, so it will clear all these configured pin, right? Now as a step, first you have to give this clock frequency. Okay, and for the same you have to select in this RCC pin, uh, for this high speed clock you have to select crystal, right? So now you can see oscillator in and oscillator out are configured, and next you have to select your particular pin. You have to configure particular pin. So in this we will do this LED interface only, right? We will blink LED. So for this we will select this PB7 pin, because on hardware here you can see one LED is currently blinking, and this is connected with this pin. Okay, so we are configure it, we will configure this pin as a GPIO output. Okay, so now this configuration part is finished, because we are using only single LED, right? Single IO pin actually. LED is also not mentioned, right? It's simple GPIO pin. Okay, and we are configuring this pin as a GPIO output. Means now we can write anything on this pin. Anything means digital signal only, right? Now next is clock configuration. So here you can see in clock configuration, here you can select your clock, right? Here you can see the different clock for different peripherals, right? Ethernet or UART, right? So if you want to change it, you can change it, right? But now we will not do anything with in this clock configuration. Next is configuration. So here you can select this GPIO in system, and here you can see PB7, which we have already configured. So when you click on this pin, you have this option, right? This out settings. So in user label, we will give some fixed label. Let us give label Charusat, right? And now apply this setting. In this vector interrupt controller, you have to enable this RCC global interrupt, right? This is default setting. Again apply, okay. So now configuration part is finished. Okay, now you can click over here. So this is what we call generate source code. So it will generate source code, right? So again it will ask following thing. First of all, you have to give project name. So we will give debug LED, right? Then tool chain. So using which tool chain we want to create your project, right? So here we will give MDK ARM version 5. Okay, and now click on OK. So it will take some time, and then it will create this project. Okay, based on our configuration. And now you have this option, either you can open the folder or you can open the project. Okay, so now I am using this option, open project. So it will open project in Kale Microvision 5. So now here you can see when you open the project, so it will open this type of IDE along with your project, right? Here you can see you have all these supported files, and your application is here, user application. In application, you can open your main code. So this is your main code, right? Here you can see some functions are already there, right? HL initialization, system clock configuration, GPIO initialization. So these all functions are based on our configuration, right? Whatever we have configured using STMcube. So here you can see, and now user can write code in this part, right? While one, if you want to initialize once, then you can define over here, and if you want continuous infinite loop, then you can define your function over here, right? And one more thing, that we have already initialized configured one GPIO pin, right? So here you can see in this configuration part, you can access this. So what we are doing, using this function, you can write something on your GPIO port pin, okay? And we have already defined this pin. This is actually port and this is pin, okay? So we have already defined it. We know that it is PB7, yet port B and pin 7. So we will use this function, and we will call it continuously. Now here you can see you can give any value, right? So what we will do, we will simply create one integer, and we are giving its value 0, right? And we will pass this integer in this function as a value. So if I will run this code, so it will continuously write 0 on my pin. Okay, so this LED will be off. But now I want to blink this LED. So what I will do, I will simply add this function, test is equal to not test, right? So here simply we are inverting our this value. So for first time it will be 0. So this will convert the 0 into 1, then again 0, 1. Okay, so like this, it will continuously write different values on this pin. And now let us add some delay. So for the same function is HAL underscore delay. In bracket, you can give time 500 milliseconds, right? This is your code. Now let us build this project. Okay. Now it will build all these files. Okay. Along with our user code, it will build all other peripherals. Okay. You will see over here. So it will take some time, right? It is compiling I2C, PWR, right? Will compile all other peripherals, because here you can see along with our code we have supported files also, right? Flash, timer, DMA, GPIO, right? So in compiling, while compiling the code, it will compile all these files, right? And as you know, in compiling compilation part, it will check for any possible error, and if everything is okay, then it will generate a binary file, right? So here you can see with zero error, code compilation part is finished. Now in setting you can check, okay, in this option you can check whether hardware is connected or not. Here in image you can see hardware is connected using this USB cable, and you can check over here. In we are using ST-Link debugger, right? So in setting you can see this is the device, right? This is the device, and this device is connected with our PC. So here in KL itself you can check, and in flash download we will select this option reset and run simply, right? Now I can download this hex file or, on my targeted board. Okay, so for the same you have to use this option download F8, and here you can see when I will click here, so here this LED will indicate, okay, my program is currently downloading, and now after pressing this reset button your LED will be blinking, start blinking, right? Now our aim is to check this debugging part. Okay, to debug the code, you have to use this option, start stop debug session, right? So when you click over here, you can see your board will also enter in debug mode, right? So, right, you can see now your board is also entered in debug mode. Now in this debug, you can see these are the registers of ARM, right? This is assembly language program. This is your high level code or C language program, right? So we will not use this assembly part, right? And now, right, we will run our code. Okay, and we will check how this hardware will respond. So for this, in your main program, we will put breakpoint. Okay, so first breakpoint is here in write pin function. Second is in delay. Okay, now let us run the code. Here you can see in this our LED is in off condition. Now when I will run this code, okay, so first time when this function will call write high, write pin, so you can see, okay, now LED is in on condition. So first time from 0, this function will invert the 0 into 1, and this function will write high or 1 signal on this pin. So that's why you can see LED is in on condition. Now let us run it again. Here you can see now our current stage is at this position, HL delay. From this cursor you can observe. Okay, when I will click on this run part, it will execute this function delay, and it will stop on next breakpoint, and which is next breakpoint is at this place again. Okay, so now you can see currently our cursor is at this position. Now when I will run it again, your LED should be off. Okay, because now next time test is equal to 0. So you can see now LED is off. Okay, and again run it again. Now LED should on. Now let us remove this breakpoint. Okay, now continue. Now let us run it again. So on, off, on, off. Right. So this is what we call in-circuit debugger. So we are debugging code in this using this IDE, but in real time you can observe the same output on this board also, right? And this LED indicates that we are in debugging mode. Now let us stop this debugging session, and you can see your normal code start running on this board, right? Thank you.